Hello everybody, Bubblezest here, and this is Hearts of Iron 4. Now, today's video is going to be a tiny bit different. Let me explain. The idea for this video was to show you how I capitulated Nationalist Spain as Republican Spain in just 18 days. The problem is twofold, however. One, the sole recording I have of this is muted, because I was only playing HOI4 casually, and when I do that, I have HOI4 muted. And secondly, I have been completely unable to replicate that run. I've gotten close, but actually being able to pull that off again? No. So, here is what I'm going to do. Today's challenge is to get as close to that run as I can, and to show you all the strats that I used to pull that run off along the way. So, let's get started. We're going to do the popular front, go up to speed 5, and begin. The reason why I've assigned all nationalist generals and field marshals is quite simple. What I'm thinking is when the Spanish Civil War starts, all of them should have the trait en route. This means they won't be able to use force attack or last stand. Now, I don't know if this will actually work, but why not? It's harmless enough to experiment. As usual, we're going to do the Guardia Civil, more stab, more units. There is literally no reason to ever do the Guardia Assalto when the Civil exists. Well, it's the Spanish election of 1936. Just like the last time I showed this off, we will not be delaying the Spanish Civil War in any way. No concessions to the left. No reassignments. Nothing. And hey, this is a pretty good start. The Nationalists are expanding in Seville. And now the Nationalists are expanding into Cordoba. Okay, I can work with this. Alright, here comes the next big change. Because I will not be doing any more focuses. No training the Union Youth, no enlarging of the weapon caches. I really need more political power, and this is the easiest way to get it. Speaking of which, let's use this political power to contest Cordoba. I purposely waited 2 extra days so the Nationalist tick would finish first. Because for some reason the player's tick always goes first, so it's better for the AI to go first from what I found. And look at that, 1.84 political power a day. Normally, to get that, we'd have to max out concessions to the left. Okay, then moving on to Badajoz, which is kind of weird, but okay. We'll max out Cordoba, and then work on Badajoz. It looks like us and the Nationalists are stuck in an endless cycle of us expanding, they expand, so on, so on. But that is what I intended to happen. And there we go. That's our last state expansion. There isn't enough time for another. So we'll start with full control on most of our states, but 1 tick in Badajoz and no control in Seville. That's exactly what I wanted. And so, by 3 o'clock on July the 22nd, the Spanish Civil War will start. Here we go. Focuses don't really matter at this point, so I'm just going to strengthen the North Guard. And here's what we got. Okay, I can work with this. First up, the North. Something like this. This unit will pin Pamplona, this one will pin here, and this one will march towards Burgos. This one will go over to support it, while these 3 march on A Coruña. Meanwhile, we have Seville, which is fine, I like it. We'll gather up 8 units, something like this, place them like so. We are going to run down Seville and Cadiz. The reason why we let the Nationalists take Cadiz and Seville is quite simple. Look at it. It has 13 victory points in this state. So that means the Nationalists have more victory points and it's easier to capitulate them. I know it sounds weird, but it works. It really works. Now, these 2 units are going to do some naval invasions. One will go to Mallorca, and one will go to Menorca. Remember, tiles are worth half a victory point, so even these little tiles are invaluable today. And 34 remaining divisions, okay. Let's promote for Gente Royo Lulch. There we go. Offensive, charismatic. And here is our front line. Something like that will do nicely. Alright, so the Air Force. Most of it will be on air superiority, while the bombers will be split into two. One in this sea zone, and one in the Mediterranean. It won't really matter, but I am going to send the spy over to Burgos and begin to break the Nationalist cipher. I said begin to break the Nationalist cipher. Weird. Anyway, the Navy. This half of the Navy will just be on convoy raiding, while this half will be on strike force. Now, here comes the fun part. The part where I micro a load of units. We have to do it, so let's get started. Look, there are so many gaps in our front line, we have to take advantage now. The Nationalists are going to be scrambling all over Spain. They have to cover the north, the south, the Balearics, the Canaries, Spanish Africa. There is a golden opportunity for us to just walk it in, and that's what we're going to be doing. Remember, the one thing about the Spanish Civil War you need to know is, always keep moving. So we're going to make a load of encirclements. We're going to push up tiles, and so on. You see this unit? We're going to have it head north to Burgos. This one will do something similar. This one will join it, and so on and so forth. Not going to do this for every unit, but most of them can take advantage, so we must. Alright, I'm ready. Let's take the speed down to 4 and do this. This is going to be interesting. Every unit, get railroaded. Look at all these focuses being bypassed. Okay, you see this unit that's trying to attack out of Zaragoza. The right thing to do at this point is to retreat and leave. And that unit is trying to leave Salamanca, so I also may as well let it. And look at that! We took Cadiz just before 3 units landed. Nice. Now let's secure Seville. We tricked the AI out of Salamanca, so it's now free. And there, Seville is mine. Oh, and Zaragoza is empty now. Okay, I better explain what I'm doing. What I'm doing is retreating into enemy tiles. You can do it like this. Retreat into a normal tile, and then retreat into an enemy tile. Basically, pins don't matter. You can just say no. Oh, you see this unit? Your pin doesn't matter. Goodbye. And, in better news, about to take La Coruña. And now, march on Valerie. And the front line solidify, whatever, don't care. I've got a really important choice to make. As you can see, the Nationalist capital is now Palma de Mallorca. If I take that, that will probably move the capital to Leon. I'm probably going to regret this. Despite the fact Palma de Mallorca is free, I'm not going to take it. This will allow the Nationalist volunteers to spawn here, which is completely useless. That is vital. In even better news, the Nationalists are now leaving some of the Western Aragon tiles. Okay, we'll take that tile, thank you very much. And see, there's what I was concerned about. So many volunteers. Ridiculous. But they're not in mainland Spain, so screw it, I don't care. At this point, tile grabbing is priority 1. 97. Will that do it? 100%. It is over. All I have to do is get to midnight. Wow. Wow. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Forgive me for not celebrating wildly. This is just a relief to me. This is the best I've managed to do since I managed to pull off my record of the 9th of August. And let's be fair, I could have probably matched that if I didn't stop the naval invasion into the Balearic Islands. But what I did was an understandable risk. So, do you guys know what this means? What this means is that, in my opinion, there is no reason left to ever do Republican Spain's prep. Because look at this. The Civil War started on the 22nd and finished on the 12th. The Civil War lasted 21 days. Before I pulled off the world record, my line of thinking was that the prep was okay because it allowed me to do 30-day civil wars when everything went right. But with this, you can finish the Civil War faster than the prep can in every single respect. The Civil War starts faster, and it ends faster. And alright, if any of you want to be technical, sure, the Civil War is not technically over. We have to wait until the anarchists rise up for that. But it's close enough for me. And if you really want to be technical, you can call this the bell tolls for us La Resistance percent, because that's what this is. This is the fastest way you can capitulate Nationalist Spain as Republican Spain in La Resistance. And if I'm honest with you, I'm happy with this. I'm so happy with this. I have been grinding out Spanish Civil War runs since before I uploaded my first video to this channel. And therefore, I am ready to say, that's where I draw the line. I'm done grinding this out. I no longer want to grind this. Because I think August the 9th, August the 8th, something around that, is as close to perfection as you can honestly get. Sure, you probably can beat my time, but, you know, at some point you have to say, I can't move the goalposts any further. This is where I will stop. Now, this doesn't mean I won't continue to play Republican Spain. I definitely will, but grinding out the Civil War? No. I will only return to this if a new strat is found. And if a new strat is found, God, I can't even imagine what that would be. It would have to be a god exploit. But for me, this is a good place to end. So, until next time everybody, I thank you for watching, I do very much hope you've enjoyed it, and until we meet again, from me, Bubble Zest, goodbye.